Hey everybody, welcome to Ordinary People presented by Babel Dance and the Malaysian drag queens. My name is Nicole and today this segment is called A for Aesthetics, B for Brunch, and I'm joined by the most beautiful, wonderful, sickening person that I know in drag, and his name is Hammad. Show yourself.
Hi.
Wow, so dramatic. Oh my gosh. How are you doing today? You're looking fab. I love your outfit.
Thank you. This was inspired by you for, your all Y2K aesthetics that you've been posting on Instagram.
Now, to give you guys a really short introduction to this wonderful human being, his name is Hammad, and he is a special effects makeup artist turned into a versatile drag queen that has won international makeup competitions, lip sync battles, and is one of the founders of the sensationalized Shagrilla party, which I have been to. It's an underground club kid queer scene party, and it's just the best thing ever. I had so much fun. In drag, his name is Acne Scar, which is, wow, an incredible name for me. So how are you feeling? Are you excited for this collab?
I am excited, but I'm also a bit nervous because, drag makeup is, people might think that it's easy, but like for some, even for like other makeup artists, but like I've seen other makeup artists, like tried and like failed. But I have high expectations from you.
I'm so worried. So I'm one of these makeup people who don't know anything that I'm doing. So I'm here to learn from the best of the best today. Now, as you can see, we both look crazy. We both look like eggs right now because we've done blocking our brows and doing our base off camera. So Hammad, just run me through really quickly how we get to this egg-shaped face.
Okay, so the first thing we did was block our brows. Blocking our brows means like gluing over our brows with actual glue stick. Yeah, after that, we powder the brows after they dried. And then we put on foundation and also primer. Not to prime is a crime. So yeah, so that's where we at so far.
Okay, so I've done my base. I know my brows are terrible. They look absolutely horrible. I didn't do them right, but that's the whole point. So I am the definition of what a normal person doing drag makeup is supposed to be anyway. But now to start, what is the first thing that we have to do from here on out? Let's just start with that.
Okay, so we're gonna go in with blush and also bronzer.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
So who is Hammad in the daytime? Like, what does Hammad do?
Lost soul, finding his purpose in life, and also like he's a struggling content creator on Instagram and recently TikTok.
I know you do a lot of FX makeup, but how did you find yourself going into drag itself?
Like you said, like I started with SFX, special effects makeup. When I make my characters, I like to bring them to life. And with drag, that's one way I do it. Because like with drag, there's an extra step to the whole like transformation, which is the performance part.
Right.
So for me, to be able to act out the characters that I put myself in is like the next level of my artistry.
Right. Okay, so before this, makeup was just like doing the makeup, taking photos, but you didn't really get to perform the look itself. Now you got to be the look and perform the look itself. Wow, that's so cool. I never thought about it that way before. So how did you come up with the name like Acne Scar for your drag like persona?
Well, as you can probably tell from this, like I do struggle with like acne and also like acne scarring. When my skin first broke out, it was right after high school, and like prior to that, I was always insecure about other things, and I thought that my looks were the only thing that I had going on for me. So like when my skin broke out, I lost myself basically, and like I was in a very like deep depression. Like there was a lot of other things that came into play as well. But from my skin condition, I got to dabble in makeup artistry, And from makeup artistry, I got to make a career out of it, and like, get money and stuff, and like provided a better life for me and my family. From makeup, I got to know drag. So it all goes back to my skin. So
Right.
at a very young age, I was told that what I was wrong from my parents. I had like the talk like really early in my life. So I kind of like hid a lot of parts of myself that I was so scared of my parents finding out. So I wasn't able to be my true self. And with that, like I lost all of my confidence, and I guess my confidence started growing after I started breaking out, because after I got out of that negative headspace, I realized that the only person that could change the situation was me, how my outlook was throughout, like with this whole thing. So I started going out without wearing makeup. I started going out with makeup, and I didn't feel like insecure or like, uncomfortable with other people looking at me like wearing makeup and stuff. So I owe it all to, like, I wouldn't be where I am today without my journey with my like acne.
Right.
So, and that is what I want to push out to the world. When you think of acne scar, like you think of like something ugly or something bad. But when you look at me in drag, like those, so I'm trying to reclaim the word.
Yeah. So that was what I was gonna say. You took something that was an insecurity of yours that someone probably would have made fun of you, and you reclaimed it, and you're changing the definition to fit you feeling empowered by it, because it actually triggered your entire journey through makeup and on the way to you doing drag as well, which is so inspiring and so freaking cool of you, I think. All right, so let's move on to the next step. What are we doing after bronzer and blusher? Oh my gosh, my words.
Okay. After we bronze and brush, we're gonna move on to the eyes.
Okay.
First, we need to prime.
Okay.
The eyelids. Yes.
So, okay, just really quickly, how long does it take for you to do your entire face beat, like makeup, wig, outfit, from start to end?
I would say around 3 hours or 2 to 3 hours to get into like full drag.
Wow, that's not too bad actually, I think.
From all the practice that I've had, like when I first started, it took me around 6 hours to get into full drag.
Oh my gosh. Like I would assume it would take a long time, because you have to style your wigs and you have to figure out how to get into your crazy outfits and stuff. And for you, it's like, I find that Acne Scar has a really interesting aesthetic. Like, you're not like regular drag queens out. Regular drag queens are doing glam, but you always do something that has to do with gore. Like, how did you find that aesthetic or establish an aesthetic for Acne Scar?
Well, it's in the name. Like, first of all, I have a background in special effects. So like I want to bring that into like the drag scene as well. And I feel like it elevates my looks to compared to like other queens, because like not everyone can do what I do.
Yes,
and
definitely.
I feel like, so that's what I feel like separates me from other queens. Okay, so we're gonna go in with a dark purple. Like I'm gonna go in with this color.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a pencil brush, like like your brow bone. So you just like fill that in. Imagine me like you complimenting me about like being a makeup artist and whatever, and like I end up with like a busted look.
More busted than mine. Oh my gosh. That would be like me teaching you dance and then you look better than me when you're dancing.
That'll never happen, sweetie. That will never happen.
Like the thing that I find is that they look down on a lot of like gay men because they consider that to be feminine, and feminine is considered like something that is soft and not brave. But I find that like men who dress up as freaking women and go out there and do all these crazy things are so much more brave to me,
Exactly, because like
do you consider yourself brave?
I don't consider myself brave, but I guess I consider myself to be unapologetic.
Okay, that's a good word.
Yeah,
that's a very, very good word. It's like you're just gonna be you and you're not gonna apologize for anything, right?
Yeah, and also like I I have come to terms with the idea of like me living my life for myself is like is the purpose of me being here, rather than me living my life for like someone else.
Yeah.
Be living my life in the image of someone else.
Yeah. It's like you're trying to figure out who you are. Like that's the whole journey that you've been on since you've discovered yourself through acne scar and through real acne scars.
Yes. Okay, so the next step is to go in with a black, like kind of like doing an outline of where you want your eyeliner to be.
Okay, nice.
I honestly don't know how this look is gonna turn out.
Is that how you approach all your makeup looks? It's just you wing it?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I tried.
And what happens if you mess up? Like if you do it halfway and you don't like how it looks, what happens after that?
I cry, I wipe it off. No, that rarely happens because like I said, like I try to make like the best out of things and like, you know, find the beauty
Wow.
in it.
Wow. Yeah. That was such a good way to tie it together. That's true. So, okay, so there's never been a point in which you messed up your makeup so bad and then you were like, no, this is not gonna work. I have to take it off.
What I see is ugly for me, maybe beautiful for someone else.
Right. True. That's very true.
And like from my experience, like with posting like looks that I am not happy with on my Instagram, like I'm very self-critical, especially with my work. So when I don't like something, I post it. I post it for the sake of it, and then I would put it in the caption like, I do not like this look. This look turned out, you know, like shit. But here it is, just to show you guys like progress, and like, you know, it's not always a good day for me, and you know, I'm not always coming out with like the best look, but. Then someone would say like, you know, some people would say like, oh, this is actually like really good, like I would never think of something like this, or like, you know, I actually love it. So that's, you know, so that's where I learned.
I like that you post your progress, because for me, I would take it off and nobody would ever see it. Like it would never see the light of day. It would be as if it never existed. So I think it's really cool that you just, even if it's something that you're not proud of, you're still celebrating it, you know? And I feel like that's very, very like brave. Wow, so brave. So unapologetic of you.
So no, okay, so here's a tip. If the makeup looks busted, dusted, crusty, you can't do anything about it anymore. You can still save it with the way you style the whole thing, like with the hair, with the outfit, like make a theme out of it. And if that doesn't work, there's always Photoshop, there's always Facetune. And if that doesn't work, that's when you give up. You take a step back and like, you know what? I tried everything and this is just not working out.
Yeah, right. All right, I'm gonna take that piece of advice from you and make sure I do that next time.
So the next thing we're gonna do is get like a lighter purple. Like I'm taking like this lilac, just like blend it out with the purple that we put on.
Oh, you've done your purple shadow so high. Mine's just like down here where my normal eye makeup is. All right, so this segment is called Never Ask a Drag Queen, okay? So we've compiled some questions from people that they probably are too shy to ask a drag queen, and I'm just gonna ask you them right now. Are you ready?
Hit it.
Okay, so the first thing and the main thing that people feel is that when you're in drag, you are actually trying to be women. So they make this mistake of assuming that you guys are trying to be women. So are you men that are trying to be trans women, or are you guys just dressing up as women? What's the definition of a drag queen?
Okay, hold on. I need to put my brush down for this. Okay. This is a very serious topic. Okay.
Let's go.
Okay, so gender identity is different than what you choose to dress like. Does that make any sense? Like,
that makes sense.
Like for us being drag queens, that's a common mistake that people make, that they think that we want to be trans or like we are trans. Although like there are, you know, trans women who do drag and people who do drag, and you know, to later find out that, you know, they are actually trans. You know, for example, like I have a friend who she now identifies as a trans woman, but she started out, you know, just doing drag for like the artistry, and through drag she found her gender identity that she was comfortable with. And like for me, like when I first got in drag, I was uncomfortable because basically it was just, you know, toxic masculinity, like that and misogyny that has been like pushed into my brain. So like I was scared to present myself as feminine. I had to fight with my my subconscious self to be comfortable with it, because in my head I'm like, okay, I'm presenting feminine right now, but I don't want people to think that, you know, I want to be a woman. Therefore when I was first in drag, I was acting extra manly. I'll be like, yo bro, like, yeah, me in drag, I just like, yo, what's up, yeah. You know, just so that
Wow.
yeah.
I mean, so what you're saying is that gender identity is separate from dressing up as a female, meaning you can appreciate the female form, you can appreciate what it is to be a woman without actually wanting to be a woman in the first place. Right. So there are some trans people that figure out their gender identity through drag, but it doesn't mean that all drag queens will figure out that they actually want to be women. It could just be that they appreciate the feminine form, they love it, they want to like experience it for a day or experience it for a night, and then they still feel like at the end of the day they want to, I mean, they are men in the end, you know what I mean? It's just that they appreciate the female form. Okay.
Because like drag is just a form of artistry.
Yes, true. Yeah. That's so good. Drag is a form of artistry in the end, even though it's a female impersonation thing, but drag can also be impersonating men, right? Or impersonating celebrities.
Which is why like when you see me in Shagrilla, I'm never, not even human sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, like next step is to cut the crease.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm cutting my crease with a white cream.
And next one about never ask a drag queen is, do drag queens date other drag queens? Is that a thing?
It is a thing. So when a drag queen get involved sexually with another drag queen, no, it's called kai kai. Yeah,
okay, so kai kai is, you know, doing the dirty.
Yes.
Okay. Drag terminology.
Yeah. Kai kai is doing the dirty with another drag queen, and Kiki is talk.
Kiki is talk. Oh, like flirting,
so
or
like we're kikiing right now. Like we're having
kikiing.
A chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So kai kai, that's cool. That's not like are you guys very certain about like tops and so that's another thing, tops and bottoms, right? Are all we're entering the kai kai segment here.
Okay.
But are all drag queens bottoms?
No.
That's a good myth to bust.
Yes.
So there are tops.
There are verses. There are bottoms.
Okay, what's a verse for the audience out there? What's a verse?
A verse is someone who can play on both sides of the field. So to speak.
Versatile, is that it?
Yes, verse is versatile.
Okay, and the last one is, how painful is tucking on a scale of 1 to 10? For people who don't know what tucking is when you take your coochie meow meow and you shove it to the back and you never let it see daylight until you're done with your drag, if you know what I mean. So how painful is tucking? Do you tuck?
I tuck sometimes when I want to get into like the fantasy, you know, especially like when I'm wearing leotards or like, you know, like tight pants. Like you don't want Big Mac in the front of your
right, of course,
area. So I would say like for me, like the pain is bearable, but only because like I have a very high tolerance for physical pain, not emotional pain. But yeah, I would say a 3 to 5. Like it goes numb over time. Everything else hurts as well, so you don't really put your attention on there. Like even right now, like my head hurts because like I'm like
your wig cap is so tight.
I'm
you're taped.
Yeah. So like my head hurts, the blood is not flowing to my brain, so I've got other things to worry about. Like sometimes, especially like when I'm wearing corsets, like
Right.
I can't breathe, I can't drink, I can't eat because it all just like stays up there.
Oh my
So
gosh.
yeah.
Wow.
So there's a lot of other things to be worried about. Heels,
Right. Yes, heels. I know
Yeah.
the pain of that. Ooh.
Yeah. First, we go in with the highlight color, which will be yellow in the
Okay.
inner corner. And then later we will blend the purple that we have outside inward.
I've definitely never mixed these two colors before in my life. So
I just love contrasting colors. Like I think that's part of my gig. You'll never catch me dead in a monochromatic look because
that's
I
just
just
not
don't
your
like
thing.
it. Where's the art in that,
That's true.
It's just not my thing. Minimalism, who is she? Don't know her.
Okay, so that sort of concludes the Never Ask a Drag Queen segment. Is there anything like before we really turn it off that somebody has asked you that it's a no, like don't ask a drag queen this question, or is everything on the table? You guys are totally down to answer any questions anyone has.
The one question that it would be a no is, oh, can you perform for us for free? So that's one.
Exposure.
Yeah, for not even exposure. Like we love drag queens. Perform for us for free. And I'm like,
No.
yeah. And especially with us drag queens in Malaysia, there isn't a market for us, yet,
Right.
like a solid market. So like people don't see us as a like a legit career. So they treat us as if like they just like picked us up from the side of the road and like out of the kindness of their heart,
they're doing you
they
a
want.
favor.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's one thing that I really don't like.
So hear that, everybody, if you want to hire a drag queen, pay, because they tuck and everything hurts and they have to be so unapologetically themselves. So you got to pay for that. Okay. Make sure you pay for their artistry, pay for all the hard work that they put into themselves, and don't ever ask a drag queen to do anything for free.
Exactly. Because like we are our own makeup artists. We are our own hairstylists. We are our own like fashion stylists, and we are our own sound like music mixer. Like
yes.
So like we come up with everything. You just have to like give us the money and like we'll make a party happen for you.
I feel like drag is so incredibly difficult, especially when you're just trying to start out, because you are really a one-man show. You have to do your wigs, your makeup, your outfits, you have to choose your songs, you need to be able to sing or do comedy or at least be able to dance, or there's just so much to it. And nowadays the drag standards are so freaking high, especially in America, and with RuPaul bringing drag to like the conventional TV and exposing it to everybody. Like I find I'm happy that drag is getting more and more exposure and people can see what really goes behind your artistry, because it's truly incredible. And just doing this right now, look, it looks nothing like what you're doing. This looks like a mess on my eyes.
It's your interpretation.
Right. Yes. All right, we're gonna move on to the next segment that's called Shut Up and Learn, Hanny. And this is where we learn more about you and your journey. For me, I mean, we talked about everything to do with drag, including how you got your name, all these questions that you should never ask a drag queen. We've certified that you should definitely pay a drag queen. Now we want to move on to something a little bit more personal. And for me, it's like, what is the most important thing that you've learned about yourself through drag, if anything?
Confidence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, confidence is the one thing that is very obvious. It's an obvious difference with who I am before and after doing drag. It has taught me to be more comfortable with my sexuality, be more comfortable with my gender identity. It has taught me to be more comfortable with just basically like being myself, because I can go out now like this and not worry about what people might say or like how people might react, because if I'm not doing this, then I don't feel like I'm living for myself. Like I'm living for like someone else. And that is something that I cannot stress this enough. I really don't like. It's very common here in Malaysia for other people to get in our business and, dictate on how we should live our lives. When, dorang punya hidup tunggang langgang.
I get that.
What's the point of me being worried about like what other people say about me? I think one, it has nothing to do with them. And second of all, like it doesn't affect me in any way. Like that's something that I've learned as well, like to not let it affect me. It's all a part of like being confident.
It all ties back to this idea that drag really gave you confidence to be yourself in the end.
Yeah.
Okay, next step.
We're doing the most here. We are talking while doing makeup.
I'm like finding it so hard to concentrate because it's like, wow, this is taking up so much of my mental energies just to like do this makeup.
Yeah. I went on live TV doing makeup on someone else while getting asked questions. It was a mess. Like my answers were a mess and the makeup was a mess. Like I couldn't focus on either. I'm not a multitasker. I realized since that day.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so next
All
we're
right.
gonna take just still like the light purple color, just like buff it out in the beginning of where your brows start.
Okay.
We kind of want to marry like the contour of the eyes with the nose and also the brows.
You look so good. I look so
You look
trashy.
so good.
What?
We look the same. Like I think we look the same right now.
This looks cool.
It just makes the eye more like deep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so now we are going to go in with the eyeliner. Like I wear really thick lashes, so the eyeliner is kind of just there for me.
Okay.
And not for people to see.
Let's see how you do it first. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your favorite eyeliner brand to use?
For a drugstore brand, Maybelline is really good.
Okay.
Even for drag, like I use Maybelline foundations for drag makeup. But
nice.
They're cheap, they're affordable, and they get the job done.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, for me, my next question is there anything that Acne Scar can do that you feel like Hammad cannot?
In the beginning, there was a few things, like me being an extrovert when I'm acne and very social, and I can go to people and start talking to them, like and I can just like talk to someone I just met for the longest time. That was something that acne could do that I couldn't do in the beginning. So like now I can be social when I am out of drag as well.
Aww.
Like yeah, so because like before I get really nervous when I meet new people. I think when I first met you, I was like so nervous and so scared.
Why?
Because like we knew each other like online. So like to meet someone online, like in person for the first time, especially like you have this thing in your head where you're like, oh my god, they might have like certain expectations of like how I am.
Yeah.
So it gets really scary, and like yeah, that was like very scary for me. But now I'm just like, I may look different than I do on social media, but bitch, this is me. Take it or leave it. Now mascara.
I don't need mascara. I don't have eyelashes.
The purpose of this is just to like wipe off any of the powders that might get stuck on the eyelashes.
What eyelash?
Yeah, we're gonna do the brow bone first. Okay, so here's how we start. You need a flat brush.
Okay.
And then you go in with like any like concealer you have. I'm gonna start like in the middle where I want the arch to be. Goes from the middle and it goes up a bit. Put it in like that.
Ooh, your features are so sharp, man.
Thanks. I mean, I've gained weight, but okay, so for brows, I like to use like a paintbrush. So you just like follow the line of the outline
right on the top.
made.
Right.
Yeah. Go in with like a black now.
Wow. Okay.
You just hit it just like at the ends
Okay.
not the front. Yeah, and just a bit, and just blend it out. This is just to create dimension.
Oh my god, I've never drawn my brows so thin in my life. This is so cool. I'm having so much fun.
Yay! Okay, so now we're gonna go with the lips. Okay, let's line our lips.
Okay, so we're lining our lips right now.
Yeah,
With
so
the dark liner, right?
start from the bottom first because that's the easiest.
Do you receive a lot of online hate for like non-binary, doing drag, you know, doing makeup? Do you receive a lot of hate online because you do it?
Here's the thing, I don't really know, because like, of course I do get the occasional like homophobic comments and stuff. Either they're so rare or I'm just so unaffected by it that
Aww.
I don't really like notice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I don't really care
Yeah,
what
that's really
those
good,
type of people say, like what those people have to say.
I mean, if there are any like queer babies listening in to this and are dealing with like hate or like dealing with any kind of discrimination, even if it's online or like out in the streets, do you have advice for any of these queer babies out there?
Okay, what those people say are only as effective as you let it. Because like my life doesn't revolve around social media. And like I am not going on social media looking for validation in terms of my gender and sexual preference, my gender identity. Like I'm not looking for it. So like once you sort that out, basically get your priorities right, you will realize that it really doesn't matter what those people say because it won't affect you. It's just like white noise.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so incredible. I mean, yeah, like people always go to social media to look for validation, and it's such a common thing that we all face these days. And I find it so cool that you just don't, like you are so fulfilled in your own life. You're so secure in yourself.
I do seek validation in my work, but not in my personal life.
That's great. Like the fact that you can separate it and you understand it, you know, that's such an incredible thing, you know. Like a lot of people I feel can't like separate their work from who they are as well, you know. So it's like, oh, I don't know. Like I feel like you've come a really long way, and like for being young, like how old are you, by the way?
I'm 26.
Okay, still pretty young then, but for the age that you're at, and like, you know, to be gay and like non-binary is not easy in Malaysia, you know. I'm sure you go through a lot of like times in your life where you're very confused about your own sexuality or whether or not it's accepted. And I find that like for you to come here today and be like, I don't need validation from social media, it's such a wonderful, amazing thing. I feel, yeah, I'm so proud of you. So
Thank you.
Okay, like upper lip.
Upper lip, we're going with highlight first.
Highlight first.
Go as high, as close to the nose as you can, but not.
Okay.
Yeah. While we're at it, let's highlight our whole face.
Okay. This process is so funny. It's like we line our lips, but only the bottom lip, and then we highlight our whole face.
Okay. Okay, so now we line our top lip. So I like to start in the middle, and then I just merge it with the side.
I look like I'm confused about my gender. I have a mustache, and I'm confused about my human form. Like I'm a bunny. You look so cute. Why do I look like a man? Like
also like darken the sides as well.
Okay. Ombre it, like
we're gonna go in first with a normal lipstick, like a nude lipstick.
How much do you think your total makeup kit is valued at?
Okay, so I won 25,000 worth of makeup from NYX. So there's that.
Oh my gosh.
On top of like the other makeups I have. So it's more than 25,000.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Makeup people are gonna go rob your house now.
Rob lah. No, I need space. Why was that salty? Okay, so I just add color to my lips usually with eyeshadow.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna go over it with gloss. So
Okay, do you have advice for people who are scared to just express themselves? Either wear makeup or just dress like the way that they really want to. Do you have any advice for people who are just scared?
okay, so the first thing is for you to take a step back and assess where this fear is coming from. Like, is it coming from a place of feeling uncomfortable, going out looking like that because you fear for your safety, or if like you're scared people might react badly to it? If it's anything that concerns a third party or like a second party, even like anyone else besides yourself, you need to realize that if you're gonna wait for the right time to come for you to not be yourself, but basically experiment with your self-expression, you know, because you never know if you like it if you haven't tried it yet, you know. So if you're gonna wait for the whole world or like the community that you are in to be acceptable to only then try these out, you might end up losing, you know, your chance, because like it's probably not gonna happen until you make it happen. Yeah, so that was how it was for me.
Right, so you're like saying that if you're scared, it's like there's no point to be scared, and there's no right time in which one day you're just gonna suddenly feel brave about it. You just gotta keep doing it until one day
face,
yeah, I mean, that's so good. It's like most of the time we wait, right? We wait for a time where we feel motivated to go to the gym before we go to the gym, when really the way
are you reading me right now?
The way to start like being fit is actually just to do it, right? You do it, and then the motivation and the good feelings will come after. So yeah, I think it works the same when it comes to just wanting to express yourself. It's like you shouldn't wait for a time where you feel motivated and you're suddenly brave enough to do it. You just kind of have to like dive straight into it and not care. And then one day, couple of months down the road, it's gonna feel okay, and you're not gonna feel scared of it.
Yeah,
right?
you're gonna look back at this at that time and be like, what like why the hell was I even like scared for?
Yeah,
you know, like true. I don't, because I went through that, and like looking back, and I'm like, wow, like, you know, if I didn't do this, I don't know if I would be able to survive living like that.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, that's true. Wow. I don't know. It's like, it's so nice talking to you for me, because I just find that I don't know, you know, it's not easy to just be gay for me, you know. It's just, yeah. And like people come out really traumatized, you know, they like, and then they let their trauma sort of drown them or dictate their entire lives after that. But I find that you're rising above everything, you know, and you've come from such a disposition place where you're such a minority, but I don't know, you're embracing stuff, and it's just so like nice to see that you're thriving, you know, as a friend. Like, it's so nice.
It also comes like having a community, having a group of friends that, you know, support you is a good thing, you know.
Yeah.
People who are like-minded, people who, you know what you're going through. That was what the coven is for me. The coven is my sisterhood of like not just drag queens, but also like other queer people.
Right.
Okay. Now we're gonna do the lashes.
Yay, my favorite part. Okay, show me how big your lashes are, because this is as big as mine get. Like,
yeah, that's pretty big. I'm too ashamed to show mine because they're really crusty.
It's okay, you don't have to. I just needed an approval that they're big enough. I've never used these before. It's been so fun, Hammad. You're so amazing, honestly.
Thank you.
So nice.
I tried. Imagine everything I said in this was a lie. Like, I have a script right here that I
I'm actually really insecure and I hate myself. And I hate the COVID collective.
Or someone's story. I'm just reading someone else's story.
Yeah, so is there a way that you stick your lashes on?
I start from the front. I like to push this one like forward and this one up.
Okay,
So, like,
got it.
yeah.
Okay.
So you see like how it
Oh, you look so good.
like that.
This looks so great. Oh my god, I look so cool. I sounded so lame. Cool, man. I look so cool, man. Okay, so we've come to the end. We look really amazing, but to really top it all off, we gotta go get the wigs done. So we'll be back in a little bit. Okay, and we are back. The wigs are on for Acne Scar. For me, it's just my hair. You look stunning. Oh my god. And your entire outfit is just blinding me. You look so gorgeous. Yeah, work it. Work it. I can't do that because I'm in like Adidas shorts. I only prepared like the top half. All right, in the tradition of making me your drag baby, you gotta give me a drag family name. So what is my Scar family name?
Okay. First I gotta ask you. I will give you a name straight away because like it needs to be something very personal to you.
Okay.
So like based on all the things that I've told you about myself and how I found my drag name, what journey have you gone through in your life that, you know, has the same effect?
Right.
Like,
so something that I've turned into my own thing. Like,
yes.
Okay, I would say mine is actually weight, like my body weight. So I was always teased by my mom, like anyway. She was like not happy. She wants me to be an excess all the time. She's not like that anymore, thank God. But yeah, the thing that brought me out of it is my body weight. Yeah.
Your body weight. And now you're comfortable and
yes, I'm happy. So I'm not really at the size that I feel like I want to be, but surprisingly, I don't feel bad about it anymore, you know? And I feel like I don't really talk about being like my size because it's not like I'm fat or anything, you know, but I'm not skinny either. I'm just myself. And I don't really talk about it very often, but I find that a lot of girls like gravitate towards me and they're just like happy that I'm comfortable and I'm confident in the way that I look on my own. So I feel like that's my thing. It's like my body. So Fatty Scar.
I was about to say that, but I was like, is that too mean? Here's the thing. Like my name, like Scar is not my last name.
Oh.
Yeah. So like the way my name is the same way like Chinese people, like Chinese names. So your name is Just Pudding.
Just Pudding.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love it. So I'm Just Pudding and you're Just Acne Scar. Oh my god, it looks like a Chinese name. That's when you know you're truly Malaysian, you know. Oh my god, I'm Just Pudding. I love it so much. And how do you think I did on a scale of 1 to 10?
I think we look like a family right now.
Yeah.
You look, yeah. I'm looking at your makeup and I'm looking at my face and my eyes and like it's the same. It's the same.
I'm so humbled. Okay, one last question before we wrap this entire session out. For all the little queer kids that are listening in, and also to Hammad, who is young and hasn't discovered that Acne Scar is your thing and the thing that's going to make you rise out of the ashes. Do you have anything to say to people who are lost, who are unable to express themselves, and especially to a little Hammad, if you have any advice for him?
Of course, it's hard. You know, coming to terms with yourself, coming to terms with how people around you are going to treat you. But at the end of the day, you're gonna put your life to waste if you live for someone else. So just, you know, express yourself in a way that you want. Like it doesn't have to be like all out like this, even like the smallest thing. Just be yourself. That's it. Just be yourself and try not to care too much about like how other people are going to react to it.
Yeah. So it's just be yourself more and care less about other people, essentially.
And express yourself as the theme is, you know. Like,
Thank you so much for coming on with me. I had so much fun with you. And honestly, Hammad, you are so inspirational. And I'm sure to all the people out there who are watching, you are just such a bright star. I can't wait for the ways in which you would change Malaysia for the better. And yeah, thank you. I love you so, so much for being on the show today. It's A for aesthetics, B for brunch. Next up, we have a show called Fashion for Lunch with Olivia and Camilla Tom-Slut, where you guys are going to learn a thing or two about drag fashion. So stick around to watch that. If you guys love Hammad and you love Acne Scar, you can follow him and her on their socials, which is at Just Acne Scar or at Hammad Art. Thank you, Hammad. Once again, I love you so much. Sending kisses
Thank you
your
for
way.
having me. You're
We'll see you guys soon.
Just kidding.
Bye. See you guys.